Hey everybody, this here's Dan. This here will be the war recap against North Watchers. This here was an arranged war. Came out with a nice 2-star victory lead on the North Watchers. I didn't expect us to actually come out on top. If you had to ask me personally, I expect North Watchers to beat us in the ground. They had one guy who was a dud. He did a fail attack and then ditched out for his other attack. But really, they brought the A game. We brought the A game. And I think what pulled us through was before the war even started, we got this guy in the clan. He's pretty much a BMF, and his name's Joey. And Joey here set up the war plan. And the war plan here was set in such a way, like if you check our number 1, he's attacking down. So we have 11s dropping on 10s for like 3-star hits, sometimes fresh. And we have 10s going up to 11, and they're getting nice solid 2-stars. That's what you get at Town Hall 11 anyway. So we're getting, like, you're using dragons, and they did the exact same stuff. And then we had more accessibility because you got to deal with the 9s, because Town Hall 9s, you can come up with the right attack and be like, yeah man, it looks good. No, suddenly hit a row of springs. Teslas were on the other side of the base. There was a troll Tesla. You missed a corner hut. What else? Oh, Seekers were loaded on the 2 air defenses that you decided that you would Laloon from, all of them. So your Lava Hounds got crushed. I mean, there's so much with the trap game at Town Hall 9 that it's really hard to reliably 3-star every single time. I mean, when you think about it, if Town Hall 9s need to get covered, that means you should have maybe one almost 3-star, and then you need a 3-star, and that's if you want to clear all Town Hall 9s with Town Hall 9s. How often is a guy 6-star at Town Hall 9? Not that often. I mean, more times than not, you end up, you attack, everything looks good. Man, you need another 10 seconds, 98%. Well, that's a fail. We're going to have to clean that up with a Town Hall 10 later. And they got guys on their team, like, look at the defenses here, like number 22. This is a 30-man war. Bumblebee here defended 7 times. Had to put Damon on him. Town Hall 10 coming down. But Joey set our war plan up so that we could have this level of success. So credits to Joey on putting together our war plan and also organizing this here arranged war. Our 6-star war hitters will actually be guys on top here, man. We got G887, John coming down with Town Hall 10. He's crushed some. I think Law was a 9.5, but he also crushed Allen on a nice 6-star war. And then we had God down here. Bringing the essential cleanup, pretty much the only guy on our side to actually attack as a Town Hall 9 in 6-star, legitimately other Town Hall 9s. Really good bases, and we're going to check out one here from Terminator. And I think Town Hall 10, I mean, Town Hall 10s going on 11s is just so critical for the war. I think Town Hall 10s can dictate how successful you are in a good war when you're bringing a good section of 11s, 10s, and 9s. And 10s can go up and then go down, making Town Hall 10s the most vital attackers in a war. Here he is, dude. He's just knocking off air defenses. He's just bringing mad dragons on in. See, the air defenses on this base are kind of peeking out. So it'll defend well against baby drags and Valks on in, but it won't defend very well against this mass dragon onslaught. And he's going to be able to power on in there, man. These are level 5 dragons. Yeah, there's an eagle there, but look at this, man. He just keeps them all raged. He freezes the eagle right before it's about to fire, and it is just screwing everything up. And they're going to get on top of that Town Hall, man, because of his funnels. And, his heroes cleaned out a good chunk there. Unfortunately, some of his, I don't think, he barely gets a Town Hall here. I don't think level 4 Inferno Towers are a joke at all, even if they're multi-target. They're pretty nasty. You see them here. They just chew up with the Archer Towers and Tesla. They pretty much chew everything up. But there you go, guys. We're at a 63% clear for just Mass Dragon. That's pretty sweet, man. Just Mass Dragon, bring in some Rages. That's all you need, man. You bring in the Lava Hound, the big Lava Hound Loon. Get a cut in there. And that's pretty much what you would expect at 11. Because of the score system in this game, you shoot for 2 stars. And you get it done from the Town Hall 10. I think that was a really well thought out attack. Here's another one here. We got number 1. He's a Town Hall 11 coming down on their Town Hall 10s. This one here's a maxed out base, got the expos down. He don't care. He's going to bring the bowlers. And I really think bowlers are a way to just crush the game, especially when you're dealing with these kind of attacks. So there you go. He's just kind of weakening things with the Quake there, with the extra spell. Still got the poison for the CC, but there you go. You just line down the bowlers, and he's going for like a big sweep on this base. Because when you have 40, 40, 20, and your queen will be walking down the edge, you're just going to get so much value out of this kind of stuff. The wall breakers all get destroyed. I don't think they even get a detonation off. Nah, they're all dead. Now, but the CC comes out, and nothing here on the ground can target air. So that's really unfortunate. Could have used a couple wizards, but that's the state of the game with bowlers, man. I've seen Town Hall 11s get crushed by bowlers from other Town Hall 11s using a similar kind of attack. And I've also seen, but mainly, this is really reliable. Bowlers coming down from 11 to Town Hall 10 can really wreck, especially when they're powered by a warden. I mean, look at that. That dragon, he's trying to power him down, but he's just not getting it done. He does actually get that warden on down, but now he's going to be on the healers, and then the healer's going to be stuck on, the dragon's going to be stuck on the golem. Meanwhile, the entire base is being totally ruined very fast by those bowlers, and eventually that queen's going to step up, and there's just not going to be anything left to actually defend this base, which is, it's just hilarious. It's almost comic about how powerful bowlers are. When they're dropping down. I mean, Town Hall 10s just wreck 9s with bowlers. It's pretty ugly. And same thing with Town Hall 9s even dropping on 8s. I mean, when you're bringing Valks, you're going for the 3 stars, and that's what G8 is doing right here. 3 stars. I got another one here from Mills. He wanted me to check this attack. Let's check it out, man. He is going to drop down on this 10, and this 10 doesn't have completely maxed. He has Town Hall 9 level defenses, but we're not going to do any of that mass bowler stuff here. Mills, he likes it old school, man. We're gonna kind of go-ho this kind of base, and when you're doing this, you can't be dumb, man. I mean, it's still a Town Hall 10. It does have Infernos. They are multi-target, and that's serious business. And he even brings the skeleton spell. I like him. I haven't had much fun with the skeleton spell. I think it's useful for like corner huts maybe, but I don't know. Maybe a distraction. But here you go, guys. We got a nice funnel. We're chopping it, and the queen is going to eventually pull. I think she pulls in. I think he meant for her to go around to the left, but I think she pulled in, and that's okay. The healers are going to chase. It is what it is. There's no air defenses right there right now, so he's getting a lot of value out of his healers, especially when they're raged. They're going to clear the core. It is nasty to see baby dragons coming out of CCs. They do absolutely poop on Valks. His Valks are extreme low health, saved by the healers who actually dipped in, and they're topping everything off. I wish our warden would step up and help us out, but nah, man, we're just going to get pooped on by the baby dragon and the CC the whole time. Really dangerous CCs. Your CCs should cause a lot of damage. And hell, we even had this where we even had to talk about CC on defense and how effective it was. So he's dealing with this baby dragon that just won't quit. And his healers, luckily, are still chasing his hounds, his hogs. And if it wasn't for the healer actually breaking off, so I think this was kind of like he just had to wing it, man. If it wasn't for those healers, this attack would have been over, and it would have been fail on a dip, and that just sucks. And it's hard to do that. It's hard to plan for that, but I don't know, maybe placement of the queen, man. Queen walks. Oh, God, it's always a gamble. I didn't use a skeleton spell. All right, here we go. But, seeing stuff like this. Oh, by the way, props to this guy. RO Styles, probably my favorite attacker on the North Watchers side. He was able to put up some solid hits on our 1 and 2. He just missed the 2-star by, I think, 2% on our, I think, number 2. But he did this thing with Baby Dragons and Valks. If the air defenses are on the exterior side of the base, you'd like mass dragon with the big dragons. And if they're somewhat deep, you just kind of like nail everything with baby dragons, and then you just go all in with Valks, and it's stupidly effective. Now, at the Town Hall 9 game, I've already been kind of ranting about how the game is like full of traps, and I think it takes a lot of work to go in when you don't know what's in the CC. All these bases were pretty solid. You don't know what's in the CC, and like you kind of come up with a plan, stick to it, maybe even compensate for it on the fly. And with this base here, it's kind of interesting. It's kind of hard to queen walk anything here on the south side, so you're expecting nasty. And a lot of bases were set up like this. It's kind of hard to queen walk Valks when you have one expo down on the far side of the base, and what you can do in return is what Jasmine's doing here. I always like his style of attacks. We're going to bring poison and a rage, and we're going to drive the queen actually into the front side of the base. Normally, my preference, my fave, is to actually just dive a queen into the back side of a base, because you can probably pick up a Tesla farm and the CC, and that's always money. And then you just plow Valks into the face of the queen. That's my favorite. I really like doing that. That's my preference. But when you have like these expos down, it's really hard to do that. But here we go. And I really like how this attack's playing out. So he brings his heroes in, but he's funneled off the edge with that baby dragon. So our healers are like, well, do I go here? Do I go there? They're topping off both the heroes, and he has nice 30-30 heroes. He's able to knock down that CC. It's a golem here, but he's bringing the air attack. What the hell, man? Somebody tell him nerf air, man. He's not supposed to be doing this. He's supposed to be using Valks and Hogs, man. That's what you got to use. But look at this, man. We got a mad mob of loons arriving, and he is able to knock out not only Teslas, but the air defense, the air sweepers, and the air defenses on that side of the base. And all of this is just so much money and so much value, especially with the expo down. Ooh, look at this, man. And he has lava hounds just rolling this base, and he's all out of. Oh, look at that. They're eating seekers. Nobody cares. There's so many loons there. There's so many lava hounds. This base is completely overpowered. Even bringing cleanup troops, always smart. You got to bring those extra minions. They're about twice the power of every single pup. And he's gonna bring this base down here in about 20 seconds, showing us the 3-star. And look at that, 2 lava hounds still unpopped. That's how much he dominated this base. I really like that fancy footwork there with the BK. And using the baby dragon to cut him off, so that way he didn't just go run around the base and get himself shot. Smart play. I like it. He was useful for the CC, and he was useful for a mini tank. And we check out this one here. This one here is Trowley. This one here is a cleanup, not a fresh hit. But lots of smart play here, and I really like what he's doing. Trowley, I feel like he gets in a lot of these videos, but he deserves it, man. So we're popping walls here, bringing the test wall breaker, then the follow-up, and we got the one wizard to push us off on the top right. The army camp helps us a little bit. The wizard always gets it done. And oh, now I remember. So this video, the reason why I wanted to show this one is because I came out with, I think my last recording was something about using bowler walks and how essential they were. And just check this out. You know, I looked at this base. I don't think I attacked this base, but I looked at it and I'm like, ooh, the air defenses don't cover. They don't peek out over the wall to stop healers. And if that's the case, you could probably always roll in on this. Now he chose to go in here just in case there was I think Teslas or something. I can't remember exactly why he wanted to go in the middle on this base, but he did get his healer sniped a little bit. I think he was maybe guessing and kind of hoping that he wouldn't lose too many, and he didn't. And with the rage there, they're able to pull through. And then you just have to look at what kind of defenses are still left over on that side of the base. Speaking of healers, we're still getting it done with the bowler walk up north, and the Valks are just running. They're just going ham on this base. Look at this. We got the poison on the queen. He's so ahead of the game. Look at this. Then the healers break off to cover the Valks as they encounter the Teslas, the Expo, the BK, and everybody there is just healed up to full. They're in a heal. Hogs are covering us on the air defense. This is like a This is like a 5-phase attack, man. This is like if this was a restaurant, you'd have to tip them. That's it. Trowley putting it down with the bowler walk. Again, bowler's highly effective on Town Hall 9 if you can get away with putting healers on them. If the air defenses don't peek over the wall, Trowley exploiting a base weakness and able to bring up the pretty much an overkill attack. He only had to bring really a jump. I think he needed maybe one heal. I think the other heal was just a good idea. What if the Valks go crazy on you? They sometimes do that. And I like this attack here from Joba. She's going to bring the Queen Walk with the Valks, and I like this attack, and I'll tell you why. She modified it. We're not bringing any golems, but we're going to use 60 camp space. That's a lot. That's a huge commitment. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring dragons, because the way how like these kind of bases, the way I've seen a lot of Valk attacks fail, especially in this war and in others, especially in our last one, is Valks just get swinging on these max walls, and unless they are in a mass grouping like a death ball, they really don't open up walls that well. And you can rage them, you can jump them, you can do that, but now you're talking about spell usage, and if you can cover your Valks and spells, chances are they're able to get whatever they need done. They don't care. They're not like hogs. They don't need a double giant bomb. They're not worried about that. Not concerned. But she actually brings out the CC. It's a golem, and a golem CC when you're under fire from an archer tower in a black expo, it's not good. So she brings the rage here, able to knock down the golem and keep her healer up. Her queen up, and she is getting a nice funnel here, bringing the Valks on in. There's not much trash on this side of the base. These bases are always interesting when everything's like crammed into one corner. I think that you can get a lot of high value, especially what she's doing here. As you see here, the Valks are moving on in. They're knocking down all the important defenses, and the queen, she is protected by an air defense, but it's a little bit deeper, and she just gets mauled. All the high health storage is there. Look at this guy. Look at this. He's bringing a couple loons. So while the air targeting defenses are stuck on dragons, the loons are just knocking things out. So they're going to knock things out, protect the Valks. The wizards are helping us out, knock out important things back there. And the dragons stay alive. They keep on moving in. Check this out. Oh no, they're encountering the air sweeper. Well, by the time they cleared out all that high health stuff on the front end, the heroes have now advanced on in, and they're knocking out the air defenses. So we're looking pretty good here. The dragons actually stay alive, I think, till the end of the raid. That's useful. They're nice cleanup troops, and they get it done. So if you can get them going on a map for 3 minutes, you're going to get a lot of value, man, and a lot of cleanup. You don't have to worry so much. So even though she's wrapping up the raid only with like 2 or 3 Valks remaining, look at that. Those 2 loons, I think she brought 4 in total. They clean the whole base. This is again one of those like 5-step attacks. Oh, 6 loons in total, and it was just really well put together. And you know what? This year was a first attack 3-star. That's what planning does. Joba always puts together solid plans. Props to Joba. And I know North Watchers is like, screw this guy. That's again why I featured him, because this is the guy that dipped out on his last attack and left him with 59 out of 60. So screw that guy. Props to Bumblebee, best defender. And props to R.O. Styles, best attacker on North Watchers, in my opinion. Props to Joey, our side, ByeForever. And that was for the war plan. Solid hits from our Town Hall 10s and 11s, being able to go up, down as needed, flex attacks. And our 9s actually did pretty well. We were able to cover most of their 9s in usually 2 attacks, which is actually pretty decent. Some bases we just called it, man. North Watchers had some pretty hard bases. We just called it. We're like, screw it. That one's gonna be a nuke. We didn't even attack it. We're just bringing the Town Hall 10 down to crush it. Lots of strategy in the game right now, and I think that's really interesting. And props to North Watchers for putting up a good war. Props to ByeForever for winning. I think it's been a while since since our last arranged war win. So everybody came together, able to put it together this weekend, and good competition. All right, guys. Dan, y'all take care.